What's good, YouTube? Blazeshadowthorn here, coming back at you with a live OU-ish Wi-Fi battle. Kind of weird teams on both sides, but it was a pretty cool battle. I had against a good friend of mine, Freebutter. So that's a thing. But looking at biggest threats on his team, probably Lucario and Crocodile. I'm thinking are the big threats that I don't really have much for. But other than that, everything on my team is pretty much weird, except I do have a Stallbreaker Mew, and I also have a Sword Stance Charizard X. So, I mean, I got two things that are pretty much my win conditions, and other than that, yeah. This is a pretty fun match, just like bring whatever and just random stuff. So anyways, can't really stay in here against the Tyrantrum because obviously what am I going to do to that? I really didn't feel like you turning out just on the off chance. Like, I just take more damage, I feel. So I go out into my Chestnut, and he drops a Draco on me. I'm like, is the nice mixtape. It's dropping soon. It's dropping its Dracos. So I'm able to take it pretty nicely, considering I do not have any special defense investment. I'm a fully physical one. He's gonna go out into this Gengar as I'm gonna just synthesize up. I didn't really use this Chestnut in forever. I haven't actually used a competitive Chestnut in ORAS, or since 6th gen. I've never used a competitive one. So it's still really old set because it still doesn't even have like Drain Punch sub. It's just really bad. But anyways, I don't really know what to expect from this thing, so I am going to switch out. I am going to go out into Kochba's mom to take the Shadow Ball, which I think is going to be coming my way. He ends up going out with a Poison Jab, so I'm like, you seriously brought physical Gengar. If only it has Sucker Punch, then it's perfectly acceptable. But anyways, he's going to go back out into the mixtape, so I'm just going to go straight away for a knockoff. Knock off that thing's specs. I mean, I really had no better play than to do that. And at the range of HP that I'm at, can't risk this thing having Stealth Rock, so I am just going to drop a Body Slam on it. Hoping for the para. I don't get it, and he's just going to Hyper Voice me to death. I'm just like, fantastic. Mega Tyrantrum for Aerial Ace, or something like that. I don't even know. But I'm going to bring out Slacking now, because Slacking is one of my win conditions. And it's pretty strong, Mon. And he's going to send out the Caterpie to counter me, which is just like, okay, I'm just gonna drop a Hyper Beam on it because I'm Choice Spec Slacking, and Choice Spec Slacking is just not gonna be able to knock out this Caterpie because Caterpie is God, and he's gonna be able to go for a String Shot that is gonna lower my speed -2. So it's better than having Sticky Web. So I'm forced out because I don't want to have to recharge again because Slacking is going to be one of my win conditions. So I'm going to go out into my Golduck on a predicted String Shot because really, what is this thing going to do to me? And what I should have done was I should have went straight away for the Aqua Jet, but I didn't think he'd go for any other move besides another String Shot. So I just went straight away for the Waterfall. I didn't want to reveal Aqua Jet too soon. But I take a mad amount of damage actually, considering it's a Caterpie from that Bug Bite. So I'm a little upset about that. Not even gonna lie. And I take some more Life Orb Recoil as well. So he's gonna go out into Punchy, the Gengar, as I do reveal Aqua Jet here because I know this thing will. But I do nothing. I do absolutely nothing to this thing. As he's gonna go for another Poison Jab. So long as he doesn't get the Poison Hacks, I think I can live. But I don't. I just die because Gengar's a threat. So I'm gonna go out into Fletcher, the Charizard X, and I'm just gonna set up a Sword Stance right here because really I fear nothing from this thing, and I didn't want to Mega Evolve for some reason because I don't know why, because Mega Evolving is like too mainstream, man. So I get poisoned, which really sucks, but it's not like the end of the world or anything. I just need to knock out a few of his mons and then I'm happy. And then Charizard X, because Charizard X is definitely one of, like, not my win condition, but it is definitely gonna be a big threat, especially +2. But because he got that poison off on it, my survivability is severely weakened. So I end up getting a crit, which totally mattered because that wasn't overkill at all. It mattered. I needed that crit to knock out the Gengar. So if you want, I'll pull up a calc and prove it. So he's going to go on a Snapper. Get that Intimidate drop on me. And I'm like, great, this thing's freaking scarfed. I just know it. So I end up going for a roost. I actually expected it to be scarfed, but it's not, and it just goes for an EQ and just kills me, which I didn't expect that. I expected either a setup move. He had crits me. Crit didn't matter because I didn't expect him to expect me to have roost, and so I played that pretty bad, and I ended up losing my Charizard X. But I do have a counter for this thing. A counter in the form of my Chestnut, and that takes the knockoff pretty nicely. And I'm just gonna bulk up, and there goes my 3DS screen. I do apologize for that. I don't know what happened there. I think I got a message on Skype and just like screwed up my screen or something like that. I don't know. It's never happened before. But I'm able to go for a Woodhammer though after a one bulk up. That's gonna be able to knock out the Crocodile because Crocodile's not a threat. And I got another message on Skype. Jeez, okay, I'm popular all of a sudden. As soon as I start recording, it always happens. But it's gonna go out into this mixtape, and this thing's gonna be dropping more Dracos on me. So I know I can live one Draco just because I took one before at range. So I know barring a crit or maybe max damage, I should be able to live this. And I do. And that was actually specs too. That was specs damage. So I knew non-specs, I would definitely be able to live it. I'm gonna go for that Woodhammer, knockout mixtape. So Chestnut's definitely putting in a lot of work in this game. If you hear someone's clearing their throat, that's my sister, because I don't know how many times I'll have to tell you this, but she makes noise when I record. It's very strange. Like, she'll be silent, and then I'll start recording, and then she's just like, noise. So that's a thing. So gonna go out in the Fossil Smash on as I switch out into Mew, which at this point in time use my win condition. I'm gonna go for a taunt just because I wanted to know what this thing is, if it's gonna be scarfed or sword stance, as I just find out there, or banded. I don't know, but I know I wasn't entirely sure because Rampardos, if you play it right, is a really big threat. He's able to land his Stone Edge, which really sucks for me because it's damage on my Mew, and I don't like damage. So the thing's gonna be taking damage, and pretty much all I need is to knock this thing out, and I win the game because I have my slacking, and slacking can take one close combat. I know that for a fact. I know it can take one close combat, and assuming I connect with Fire Blast should be able to knock it out. He ends up getting a crit on that Stone Edge. We were in a Skype call when this happens, and he was like, totally, crit, I need a crit. And he gets a crit, and I'm like, there's your crit, man. There's your crit. It doesn't matter. I told him it didn't matter. You're burned. So he ends up going for another Stone Edge, but he misses, which after a crit and after 2 hits, one of them being a crit, it's kind of like bound for him to miss. So this thing's going down slowly, but I only have knockoff to kill it, so I mean, there's only so much I can do. As he's actually going to pull out in the Smash right about now, the Lucario. I was really fearing this thing being a Mega Lucario for some reason, even though I know he doesn't like to bring Ubers. So I went for the knockoff. It's just seeing what item he has. He ends up getting the Justified boost by knockoff his Life Orb, which is great for me. So he doesn't get that extra power, but he doesn't get added recoil. But I mean, like I said before, I think I can live one. But he ends up Swords Dancing, and I'm like, I don't know if I can live an EQ anymore. So I end up going for a Will-O-Wisp just to negate that +2 Swords Dance. So sort of neutered that thing a little bit. As long as he doesn't set up another Swords Dance, it should be good. But yeah, he has both Swords Dance Lucario and Swords Dance Rampardos, which is definitely really bad for me. And at this point in time, I was just going to roost up, but he ends up critting me, and with an Iron Tail, and I was just like, you're serious, right, mate? You what? You what? So I end up going back out and slacking, and I'm like, listen here, buddy, you just gotta do something for me, man. You just gotta knock out this some mons. That's all you gotta do. So ends up going back out into Fossil Smash. That's fine. I mean, it was pretty much his win condition at this point in time was to save the Lucario. So I ended up going for a Fire Blast. That is going to be able to knock him out at the range that he's at. Even if he didn't, Burn would have killed it off. Guarantee it. So it all comes down to this now. If I can live 2 close combats because of Truant, which is unfortunate. But also it turns out he's jolly, and I was really hoping he was going to be adamant because I'm modest. But he ends up critting me there too, which the crit really sucks because I think that if he didn't get the crit there, I would have been able to live another close combat just judging off that range. I'm not certain though. I'll have to run a calc on it later, which I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I do end up losing the game. It was a close 1-0 though. but still, you know, it wasn't that serious, as you could see from our team. So that's gonna be the battle. Thanks for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye.